Welcome back to Living Local. Hearing loss is much more than just missing sounds. If it's not treated, it could have serious consequences for your brain health. And studies show there is a connection between hearing loss and dementia. And here to tell us a little bit more is Taylor Parker, Regional Vice President for Concept by Iowa Hearing, which is also this segment sponsor. Taylor, so great to have you back. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right, so talk to us about the link between dementia and hearing loss and why we're seeing so many more seniors diagnosed with dementia.
Yeah, and you know, studies, the first study came out in 2011, I think, from Johns Hopkins University that showed you were 2 to 5 times more likely to develop dementia with an untreated hearing loss. Understanding that hearing isn't an ear thing, it's actually a brain thing. So our brain is what processes the information that gets sent to it from the ears. So the ears collect sound, they send it through the ossicular chain, it hits the cochlea. The cochlea is looks like a tiny little snail, has 15,000 tiny little hairs in there. Those then, that's where the signal then gets sent to the brain, where the brain processes what it receives. If the cochlea, you know, the #1 type of hearing loss is noise exposure. So if and it's not just being around jackhammers and, you know, construction, it's dental drills, it's, you know, cosmetology, it's, you know, it's AirPods. There's a lot of different things when we classify noise. 85 decibels and above for 8 hours. Every 3 decibels you go above 85, it cuts that time in half. So by the time you get to 100, it's almost instantaneous. It's somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes of exposure at 100 decibels. So it doesn't take a whole lot. But when those tiny little hairs or nerves get broken, bent, they can't send the full signal to the brain. I'm on TV, so I'm going to use this one today. If we are, you know, if there's a snowstorm, rainstorm, something going on, and we're watching, let's say, a comedy, and all of a sudden the signal gets a little jumbled, you know, because of the, you know, the weather.
Yeah.
We're trying to piece that together. We're trying to figure out what just happened. So we're trying to make these pieces together. That is your brain all day long with an untreated hearing loss. It's trying to work through and put these partial signals together. It's working too hard. It has to pull from the cognitive portion of our brain to help with that untreated hearing loss. So, you know, when you, for an individual who struggles in hearing speech in a noisy environment. In a noisy environment, I'm talking like restaurant, you know, wedding reception, family reunion. I'm not talking like construction sites.
Right.
This is just normal everyday life. Those that struggle to hear conversation in those are anywhere from 64 to 91% more likely to develop dementia.
Wow.
And it's because our brain can't process that. It has to work harder. We have to focus. We have to really pay attention. It, you know, causes fatigue. There's all these things that we have to do, and not realizing that our brain is really working overtime to try to compensate for the signals that it's not receiving.
Right, right. Now, you've mentioned before that hearing aids can help reduce that chance for dementia, right?
Yeah.
So how many people are seeing results from using the hearing aids then?
Yeah, so there's 4 numbers we're going to talk about.
Okay.
24, 40, 48, and 75.
Okay.
Wearing hearing devices, and this study just came out this year, January of 2024, that by wearing hearing devices, you can improve premature death by 24%.
Wow, that's a big number. That's a big number.
And that's the smallest one of the 4 we're talking about. 40% is you can, by wearing hearing devices, you can prevent or delay up to 40% of the dementia cases.
That's a big number too. Yes.
48 by wearing hearing devices, and when we're talking about wearing hearing devices, one, they need to be true hearing devices, not the over-the-counter stuff that you're self-diagnosing and doing that. It's being treated, programmed specifically for you and your hearing loss, can improve cognitive decline by up to 48%. Another big number.
Yeah, that's significant.
Here's the big one though, 75%. By wearing hearing devices, you can reduce dementia symptoms by up to 75%.
Wow.
So when people ask, you know, why should I treat my hearing loss? 24, 40, 48, and 75. Those are, I mean, we're talking real numbers. It's not like, you know, if your doctor said, oh, we could improve it 3 to 5%, that's one thing. We're talking 24 to 75% improvement in your life, because what we're talking about is your brain. We're not talking about your ears. And for too long, individuals have felt that I can neglect my hearing loss because, oh, it's just my ears. I can put them over here on the side and not worry about it right now. But knowing that hearing is a brain activity that treating your hearing loss, you have to do it earlier than later because of what it's doing to your brain.
Now, what if someone already has dementia?
I mean, you can help. You can help with cognitive. You can reduce dementia symptoms by up to 75%. But it's one of those things where, studies, we know that individuals who have an untreated hearing loss, it just expedites or increases that chance of developing dementia. So treating your hearing loss at any given time is very valuable.
Okay. What are some other health issues associated with hearing loss?
So if individuals, if you have type 1 or type 2 diabetes, you're twice as likely to have untreated hearing loss.
Okay.
Social isolation or depression, studies are showing that individuals with social isolation or depression is equivalent to smoking a pack of cigarettes a day on your body.
Wow.
Untreated hearing loss increases that because you tend to withdraw. You can't hear in certain situations, so instead of addressing it, you just start avoiding situations and stop, interacting with individuals.
Right.
So that leads to it as well. There's a study that showed that individuals with untreated hearing loss are less active up to 34 minutes a day. 34 minutes a day doesn't seem like a whole lot, but over the course of a year, it's 8 days. So imagine getting up this morning and sitting on a couch for 8 days. What is that not only is it leading to, depression, social isolation, body mass, index, diabetes, there's a lot of things that compound from that. It just causes us to slow down because we just don't interact as much. We tend to just withdraw and pull back. So understanding that, hearing loss leads to a lot of things, or health conditions as well. Health conditions attribute to that. When you think about diabetes, it's about good, proper blood flow. Having good, healthy blood flow, well, the smallest vessels we have in our body are eyes and our ears. So, when the high glucose levels cause the vessels to not be able to expand like they need to, it restricts good quality blood flow, thus leading to poor, inner ear health, bad signals to the brain, leading to all the other things as well.
All right. What's the process like? If someone needs to get their hearing checked, what should they do?
Yeah, first thing you should do is give us a call.
Okay.
It's a free hearing screening. So start there. It's a free hearing screening. Find out what's going on. We always recommend that, one, you bring someone with you so they understand as well what's going on. A lot of individuals feel that when I treat my hearing loss, it's this cure-all thing, the sky's part, it's going to be a beautiful day. Hearing loss doesn't work like that. We're not bringing you back to where you had, perfect 20/20 hearing. We're working with what is left. So we need everyone to understand what is going on. A typical evaluation ranges, if you don't have a hearing loss, it may take 45 minutes. If you do, it could take, an hour and a half. We also can program up hearing devices for you specifically to walk out that day as well in some cases. So it's, we always recommend 2 hours just to be able to cover everything, make sure we understand your life, what's going on. It's not just come in, get a hearing test and go. We need to understand your lifestyle. Not every hearing loss, or not every hearing aid fits every hearing loss or lifestyle. So we really need to understand your situation, to be able to really do a good quality diagnosis, to really understand what's going on and truly treat the hearing loss.
Okay, last couple seconds, where are you located?
We have 2 locations here in the Quad Cities in Davenport, East 53rd and Utica Ridge Road, and then a location in Clinton.
All right, well, as always, Taylor, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, again, this segment was sponsored by Concept by Iowa Hearing. For more information, go to iowahearing.com. We'll also have all those details posted on ourquadcities.com. More Living Local continues after the break. Stay with us.